More than 5,000 stocks are listed in the market. How do you choose which one to invest in? Is there a way to filter out bad stocks from the good ones? There is one way we at Varsity tried out. Here is a 3-step process to clear out the chaos and make a portfolio that actually makes sense. Step 1. Start with a theme. Just pause and look around. The answer to where to invest often lies in observing what's happening in the economy and in our lives. Are more people traveling? Then maybe you need to look at some traveling companies in the sectors like hotels, airlines, booking platforms, etc. Are the EV sector still making their way to showrooms and headlines? Then maybe still there is more post-COVID demand in the EV sector, and you can be looking for the companies in the battery or manufacturing or EV OEMs, etc. Or are we going back into the consumption cycle again because you see rise in the income of people, or there is more urbanization, aspiration is building up, which lead people to more expenses towards food, clothing, etc. And in this case, you need to focus on sectors like FMCG, retail, etc. These are not tips. These are some simple observations that you make which reduce your universe from 5,000 stock to maybe 150 relevant companies. Let's say you decide to go ahead with auto sector because you still feel that there is demand in EV sector post-COVID. So you start looking up at this theme. Right now, you are not buying in any stock. You have just focused on a theme, and this theme is your entry point into the market. After deciding the theme, now we come to step number 2, which is purely mathematical. No emotions, no stories, just hard numbers. For this, we are going to use Stock Screener that will help you to filter out companies that do not maintain good financial hygiene. To do this, you don't need a CA or a finance expert. You just need to ask one question: does this company look good on paper? Here are some filters that you can apply on the Screener platform. I am using Tijori Finance to filter out these stocks. First filter can be market cap more than 5,000 crore. See, this removes very small companies or penny stocks that are often too volatile or illiquid. Second can be ROE more than 12%. This tells you how well the company uses its capital to generate profits. Higher is usually the better. Number 3, debt to equity less than 1. You ideally want companies that aren't over-leveraged. High debt becomes a problem when interest rates rise or revenue fall. Fourth, PE ratio less than the industry PE. This helps you avoid stocks that are overpriced compared to their peers. It does not mean low PE is always good, but it can highlight relatively undervalued option. And fifth, 5-year sales growth more than 10%. A good sign that the company isn't just surviving, it's growing. See, these are the filters that I like to use, but there are other filters as well. For example, large cap companies giving out dividends should be 5% annually, or the promoter pledging should be less than 20% of the equity, or the 5-year rolling return should be at least 10%. Along with these filters, in the adjacent column, you can write down your themes that you have shortlisted. For example, we have shortlisted auto sector, so we put down all the themes related to auto sector in that column. For example, auto ancillary, automobile, auto accessories, automotive textile, batteries, lithium thermal batteries, electronic components, tires, infrastructure, etc. Apply these filters and you will see a massive drop from 150 stocks to merely 10 to 20 stocks, which is far more manageable. And along with that, they match your theme and numbers. Do note one thing. If you are tracking sectors like banking and insurance, then don't follow these filters blindly. You might need to swap such filters with important ones like NIM, CASA or GNP, etc. If you are unsure which metric is important for which sector, then you can watch this video where I've already talked about it. Coming to the last step, this is the one that most investors ignore. You have shortlisted the companies based on the macro themes, and then you have filtered them out based on numbers. But here's what you actually need to ask. What do these companies do? Do I trust them? Here's what to check. Number 1 is promoter holding. If it is stable and rising, then that's a good sign. But if it is falling, then that could be a red flag. Number 2 is pledging. If the promoters are borrowing money against those shares, that can add to pressure. Number 3 is about corporate governance. Is there any regulatory or legal proceedings going on? Is the company involved in any kind of fraud or SEBI investigation, etc.? Even though the numbers look good, but if the company is involved in any of these activities, then it is better to walk away. And lastly, the most important thing that you need to ask is, do you understand what business is the company doing? If you don't know how the company is making money, then it is better to walk away. I am not expecting you to understand how the electricity is generated from a captive plant or how a battery is being manufactured. But basic things like how they are making money, who is their customers, is there any concentration, etc. If you think that there is something about the company that you don't understand, it's better not to touch it because your conviction is tested when the company falls and you don't understand should you sell or hold that stock. Now, if the company ticks all these boxes, great. If one of them is shady, then it's better to leave it and just move on. So, now from 7 to 8 auto stocks that you got from quantitative filter, let's say 2 are such stocks that make up to the next filter, wherein you find that the company has good promoter holding, strong corporate governance, and you understand their business. This is how, from hundreds of companies, you have been able to cut down and put 2 such stocks in your portfolio. Before you buy these stocks, you can check their charts. And this is how you can repeat this process with other sectors like travel, consumptions, retail, etc. And this way, you will be able to create a strong portfolio for yourself. But before you go all in, make sure you are not making these mistakes. Number 1. Don't use the same filter for every sector. One size doesn't fit all. Number 2, don't skip the theme and jump start with the stock names. You'll drown in noise and tips. Number 3, don't ignore valuations. A good company at a bad price is still a bad deal. Number 4, don't fall for hype. Just because everyone's buying it doesn't mean you have to. And lastly, number 5, don't trust the numbers blindly. A company can have great ratios and terrible management. Numbers don't always tell the full story. So, the next time when you open a stock screener, don't be overwhelmed by those 5,000 options because you are not picking those stocks randomly. You are filtering your way down thoughtfully, strategically, and confidently. I hope you like this video. See you in the next one. Until then, happy investing.